Long before there was a kingdom called Poland, the land between the Oder and Vistula rivers were home to early West Slavic tribes. By the 9th and 10th centuries, these tribes, such as the Polans, Vistulans, and Mazovians, lived in the wooden fortified settlements called Grodzisko, farming, trading, and occasionally fighting each other for the dominance. Among them, the Polans, whose name means people of the fields, gradually rose to prominence under the line of chieftains who would become the Pious dynasty. Their most famous early ruler, Mieszko I, reigned from about 960 to 992 CE. Through diplomacy and conquest, he united much of the modern-day Poland under his control. His landmark decision came in 966 CE when he converted to Christianity and was baptized by missionaries from Bohemia. This act had profound consequences. It placed Poland firmly within Western Christendom, aligning it with Rome and the Latin world, and protecting it from potential Germanic conquest under the guise of forced Christianization. The event is often called the Baptism of Poland, symbolizing the official beginning of Polish statehood. Mieszko and his successors built early administrative centers in Gniezno and Poznan, laying the groundwork for a centralized kingdom. The Pious period was age of formation, when a patchwork of tribes became a durable medieval monarchy. Mieszko's son, Boleslav I, Chobry, or the Brave, expanded Polish influence militarily and diplomatically. He established the Archbishopric of Gniezno, marking the church independence from German ecclesiastical control. In 1025 AD, he crowned himself the first king of Poland, a powerful assertion of sovereignty recognized by the Pope and European rulers. It is widely believed that Boleslav had to receive permission for his coronation from the newly elected Pope John XIX. John was known to be corrupt, and it is likely that consent was or may have been obtained through bribes. Under Boleslav, Poland became a regional power, stretching its influence into Bohemia, Slovakia, and even Kiev. Yet the Pious realm was fragile. After Boleslav's death, dynastic struggles and invasions led to political fragmentation. From the 12th to the 14th centuries, Poland splintered into semi-independent duchies, as successive Pious rulers divided the land among their heirs, a common medieval practice that weakened the realm. Despite this fragmentation, Polish culture and identity persisted. Important urban centers like Kraków, Wrocław, and Gdansk grew through trade with the Baltic and German lands. By the 13th century, Poland began to recover politically. The Mongol invasions of 1241 AD devastated large areas, but they also spurred a sense of unity and resilience among the Polish duchies. The Pious rulers encouraged German settlers, Jewish merchants, and monastic orders to colonize and develop towns. This migration, known as the Odsiedlung, brought urbanization, new technologies, and Western legal norms, such as Magdeburg Law, which shaped medieval Polish cities' governance. The Pious dynasty's last great monarch was Casimir III. His reign marked a turning point in Poland history. He reformed administration and codified laws in both Polish and Latin. He modernized the economy through taxation and mining reforms. He built fortified towns and castles, earning the saying, "He found Poland made of wood and left it made of stone." In 1364, Casimir III founded the University of Kraków, one of the oldest in Europe, symbolizing Poland's entry into European intellectual community. Casimir extended Poland's territory eastward into Red Ruthenia, or Galicia, integrating lands that would later form a cultural bridge with Ukraine. When he died without a male heir in 1370, the Pious line ended, but he left behind a stable, prosperous, and respected kingdom, ready for its next transformation. The throne was passed through dynastic marriage to Queen Jadwiga of Poland, who in 1386 married Jogaila. the Grand Duke of Lithuania. Lithuania at that time was the largest state in Europe, stretching from the Baltic to the Black Sea, but it remained largely pagan and under pressure from the Teutonic Knights. Jogaila converted to Christianity, taking the name Vladislav II Jagiello, and thus the Jagiellonian or Jogailaičiai dynasty was born. This union of Poland and Lithuania, first personal, later political, created a vast multi-ethnic state that would dominate Eastern Europe for centuries. Under Jogaila and his cousin Vytautas, the united Polish-Lithuanian forces achieved a decisive victory at the Battle of Grunwald in 1410 over the Teutonic Knight, one of the most wonderful crusading forces in medieval Europe. This battle marked the end of Teutonic dominance in the region and confirmed Poland-Lithuania as the great European power. Subsequent kings, like Casimir IV Jagiellon, strengthened Poland's position even further. His reign saw victory in 13 Years' War, reclaiming access to the Baltic Sea and incorporating Royal Prussia into the kingdom. The Jagiellonian period ushered in Poland's Renaissance. The royal court in Krakow became a hub of art, science, and literature. Italian architects designed grand palaces and cathedrals, while Polish scholars like Nicholas Copernicus, educated in the Jagiellonian University, transformed science and human thought. Poland's cities flourished under the protection of royal charters. The nobility, or szlachta, gained increasing political privileges in exchange for their support of the monarchy, laying the groundwork for the later republican traditions of the Commonwealth. The final Jagiellonian monarch, Sigismund II Augustus, presided over the culmination of this golden age and the creation of one of the most extraordinary states in Europe. In 1569, under Sigismund II Augustus, the Union of Lublin transformed the loose personal union between Poland and Lithuania into a single federated state, the Polish-Lithuania Commonwealth, Rzeczpospolita Obojna Narodów, literally meaning the Commonwealth of Two Nations. It was one of the largest and most populous states in the 16th century Europe, spanning from the Baltic to the Black Sea and encompassing diverse peoples: Poles, Lithuanians, Ruthenians, Ukrainians and Belarusians, Jews, Armenians, and Germans. Lithuania remained a crucial and equal partner in the Commonwealth. The Grand Duchy kept its own army, laws, and official language, but shared a monarch and parliament with Poland. Lithuanian magnates such as the Radvilos, Sapiegos, and Pacai family played immense roles in the Commonwealth's political and military life. The Lithuanian nobles viewed the union as a way to strengthen their defenses against Moscow while gaining access to Polish wealth and trade networks. This partnership shaped a truly unique political system, an aristocratic federation, rather than a centralized monarchy. The Commonwealth became a republic of nobles. Its system of golden liberty gave the szlachta unprecedented rights. The king was elected by all nobles. The parliament, or Sejm, shared legislative power with the monarch. Any noble could invoke the liberum veto, stopping parliamentary decisions, a symbol of liberty, but also a cause of political paralysis in later centuries. Religious tolerance was another hallmark. The Warsaw Confederation guaranteed freedom of worship, making the Commonwealth a refuge for Protestants, Jews, and Orthodox Christians. During the 16th and early 17th centuries, the Commonwealth enjoyed immense prosperity. Its fertile plains produced grain and timber exported through Gdansk, one of the busiest ports on the Baltic. Nobles built splendid palaces, towns expanded, and universities thrived. Culturally, it became a melting pot. Polish, Lithuanian, Ruthenian, Jewish, and Armenian traditions blended in architecture, language, and art. Latin, Polish, and Ruthenian were all languages of governance and learning. But the Commonwealth's strengths became its weaknesses. The liberum veto, once a symbol of freedom, crippled governance. Magnates grew so powerful they often acted like independent rulers. From the mid-17th century onwards, the state faced near constant wars. The Khmelnytsky uprising in 1648 devastated Ukrainian lands. The Swedish invasion, known as the Deluge, from 1655 to 1660 left the kingdom in ruins. Continuous wars with Russia and the Ottoman Empire further exhausted its strength. Attempts at reform came too late. By the 18th century, the Commonwealth was caught between the rising powers of Prussia, Austria, and Russia. The adoption of the 1791 May 3rd Constitution, Europe's first modern written constitution, was a bold effort to modernize the state, but it provoked the neighboring monarchies. The three partitions of Poland in 1772, 93, and 95 erased the Commonwealth from the map. Yet, even in disappearance, the ideals of the Commonwealth, such as liberty, cultural diversity, and national identity, remain deeply rooted in its peoples. The story of Poland is one of the continual rebirth, from the tribal confederations of the Polans to the grandeur of the Jagiellonians, from the vast Commonwealth to the loss of independence. The Polish spirit endured. Through centuries of struggle, it preserved its language, culture, and identity, waiting for the moment to rise again. This was Knights of the Steppe. Thank you for watching.